Can you go specifically off of that?
Well, I had several contacts with the Amiga and the Commodore company in my past. Some people wanted to buy the company in 1988, 1989, and they looked for a CEO. They came to see me, so I got an opportunity to look more closely at the Amiga. When the Amiga came out, even before that, in '86, when I was at Apple, we were shaking in our boots because we saw a computer with a real multitasking operating system with a 68020 and hardware assist for animation and music and video. So we thought, boy, this is a real threat now. Well, the Amiga sold a lot of machines, and the Mac sold even more machines. So it was not a real threat, but this was a good machine. Commodore, in some ways, they killed the Amiga. But there's a healthy development community. There's a healthy user community. And in 1990, when I left Apple, Erwin Gould, the head of Commodore, wanted me to come and run the R&D at Commodore, which I declined. But this was another opportunity for me to think about what all the Amiga brought in terms of digital media. And suddenly we can acknowledge that we are in more than one way spiritual descendants of the Amiga. Even in my office, I even have a license plate that says Amiga 96, which is a good 7-character summary of our business plan. So we'd like to pick up where the Amiga left in some ways. Yes.
Okay. You've been disregarded, yeah.
It's not disregarded. It's been carefully considered. Because it's important, and we weighed the pros of backwards compatibility with the cons of the baggage that come with it. And you see, even a company as well managed as Microsoft needed 5 years to move from Windows 3 to Windows 95, which is, to many people is sort of okay, but not a very compelling movement forward. 5 years for that. Look, our friends at Apple, they will need 7 or more years to move from System 7 to System 8. And it's not because they are inattentive or lazy or what. It's because it's very complicated, and it limits the scope of what you can achieve in incorporating new technology. For instance, we are the only PC-level operating system with multiprocessor, real-time, multi-threading, multitasking, database, in the bowels of the operating system. We are the only guys offering that at the PC level. It's not because the guys, I worked at Apple, so I've lived inside a sausage factory, so I know this is very desirable. Well, I also know that the complications of the sausage factory prevent you from plugging new technology in your system software. So we made a conscious decision to give us an opportunity to be in places technically where the other guys couldn't be anytime soon. Because we need, we're a little company with no past, no install base. We have very little but our system software, and we need to be in places where the opposition cannot catch up anytime soon. Anyways, so what is a true geek? It's people who, I call them the path breakers and the ball breakers, if I may. People who really explore the more innovative uses of computers, and also who will generously give us the most solid feedback. They'll keep us honest. They'll criticize us. They'll needle us. They'll cause us to do a better job. And these are important. These are the guys. They are the guy geeks in some ways. If you ask people in the mainstream what they want from a computer, they will describe the future in terms that are derived from the present. They want more for less, smaller, cheaper, faster, which is legitimate. I'd like that for my portable Mac. So I've no trouble with that approach. And this is not where you innovate. You increment. we need absolutely to innovate, not do or redo the past. So we need the geeks to sort of take us where the tractor applications lie. Think of it. Jobs and Wozniak had no idea that VisiCalc would become the tractor application. Frankston and Bricklin found the Apple II and made it in a way with VisiCalc. Mr. Hestridge, now resting in peace, when he started the IBM PC effort in Boca Raton, had no idea that the transcendental meditation teacher would find the PC. You know, Mitch Kapor found the PC and created Lotus. Mr. Jobs at Apple did not know that Mr. Warner, Mr. Kitamura at Canon, and Mr. Brainerd at Albus would all conspire to create desktop publishing. The guy, David Needle, when he started the Amiga, had no idea that New Tech would create the video toaster. So who are we to say that we know where the real tractor applications lie? So let's follow the guide geeks, because they will feed us, and they will lead us to the motherlode of tractor applications, if I can mix those metaphors.
So
it's an infant product. The good news is a demonstration. You know, we got a standing ovation the first time we've shown our product publicly, because people could not believe that two tiny 603s at 66 megahertz, which are the lowest level of PowerPC, could exhibit such performance. And it's the hardware is normal. It's the software that really shines in those demonstrations. The agility, the throughput, the user interface, the modularity, the features that really are the good news. And for software developers, many say this is the most fun, easiest to program environment that they've seen in decades for the more experienced ones. So the good news is that the software development community really likes what we do.